Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial of Java. In this tutorial we'll be talking about data types and operations. So what are data types? What operations can be done in Java? You're going to learn all these things. One thing that you have to always know that the computer has a memory location that is being used by all programs of the computer. So what the computer does is the OS is responsible for partitioning the memory into what into pieces, said that whenever a program requires that memory space, the OS will make sure that the program will be able to access it. So what programmers normally do is, if you want to write a program that will use a memory location, what you have to do is you have to tell the computer to leave a memory space for you, and that memory space you have to give it a name. This whole process is called variable declaration. So the memory space that the computer will leave for your program, for you to store your data into it and later access it, is what we call variables. So a variable is a name memory location that a program uses to store data. So there are different types of data that we can store in the computer. One thing is for the computer to also know the space, the size of the space to leave for this data. You also have to tell the computer the data that you'll be storing into it, the type of data that you'll be storing into it. This is what we call the data types. So the computer has to have a prior knowledge about what data will be stored in this memory location. Java provides us with 8 data types. We call it the primitive types of Java. These are the 8 data types that Java provides. We have byte, we have short, we have int, we have long, we have float, we have double, we have character, and we have boolean. Let me start from boolean. Boolean is a data type that allows us to store true or false in a variable. So if you want to create a variable that will only contain true or false, we can use the data type boolean. When we want to store characters into the computer's memory, we have to declare the variable as the data type char. In that case, char will tell the computer that this memory location, we are going to store characters there. Double, float, long, int, short, and byte are for numbers. Whenever we want to declare a variable that we are going to store numbers in it, we can use from 1 to 6. One thing is, for double is for decimal values. Float is also for decimal values. Long, int, short, and byte are for integer values. So they are integer values. Float for floating points. Then you know that from 1 up to 6 are all numeric data types. One thing is, when you declare a data type or you tell the computer that this is your data type of your variable, the computer will now determine the memory space to leave for that variables. So if you declare a variable rate, the data type byte, it means that the computer is going to leave 8 bytes, which can only store -128 up to +128. So any number within this range, you can use what byte. The same way when you use short, it means that you are leaving what 16 bytes. So you can store a minimum of -32,768 up to 32,767. Integer is 32 bytes, long is 64 bytes, float is 32, double is 64, and we have what character to be 16 bits. Boolean for now is not defined, so let's move on. Before you use a variable, you must first declare it. Declaring means you are telling the computer to leave a memory space for you. You have to also give an identifier, which is the name that will be given to that memory space, and also the data type of the data or the raw values that will be stored in that variable. So before using a variable, you must declare it, tell the compiler the name as well as what the data type. So this is how we declare. This is how we declare a variable. We have int my age equal to 25. So it means that we are telling the computer to declare a variable or to declare a memory space with identifier my age, and that memory space is going to store integer values. And for now we've assigned the value 25 to it. So it means that the computer is going to put 25 at this memory space called my age. So wherever in your program, wherever you refer to what my age, it means that it will return the value of what 25 to you. One thing that you have to know is we have int my age equal to 25. The equal sign means that is what the assignment operator. So it means that we are assigning the value of 25 to the variable my age. When you write variable declaration in this way, where you declare the variable and also assign a value to it, we call it initialization. So int my age equal to 25 is what initialization. So we have int my age equal to 25. It means that we've initialized my age variable to 25. When you write something like my age equal to 50 without a data type, it means that we are assigning 50 to my age. So for now, I think we can go back to our program, launch it, and try and practice what we've learned so far. So let me go to my NetBeans. So I'll go to new. Go to Java with Ant, then I'll click on Java. I'm going to give it any name. So today our lesson is trying to declare variables. So declare project. So finish. So this is our project. We have to code in the static void main. So int my age equal to 25. So it means that we've initialized my age to 25. So when you take away the assignment sign and the value, this is what we call declaring. So we've declared it. So for us to declare it, you have to what? Specify the data type and the identifier or the name that you would like to give to the memory location. When we assign a value to it, we term it as what? Initialization. It means that we've created a memory location called my age, and we've informed the computer that we are going to store what? Integer values. And we've assigned the value 25 to it initially. So it's going to be what? Initial value of. So when we use the system out value and we want to print the my age, it means that we have to get this 25. So let's run it and see. So we have the value 25 here. So later in my code, I can change the value in the my age. So when I change the value, let me print it out. So it means that now I'll have 53. So this is variable declaration. Always remember to give the data type, the variable. If you want to assign a value to it, then you do it this way. So with this, we are going to do a lot of variable declaring today. So we can say float num, which is going to take what? Decimal values dot So let me take away the decimal value. But when you run it, you expect it to give us the decimal value. So let me change this one to num. Num. So this is the value 555.0. So we can say double var equal to 523. So when we get to our system out, let's print out num var, and let's see. So this is the value. Always, one thing that you have to know is the data type, the variable name, and you assign a value to it. This is initialization. We can, the same way we can declare a variable a, then later in our code we assign a value to it. So in this case, later I'm going to assign a value. So let's try and print out the value. So a is 10. So this is how we declare variables in Java. So let's try Boolean. So with Boolean, we can say Boolean b equal to true. Let me use symbol like this. So that is for Boolean. And for character, we can say char f equal to, then you pass it a character. So this is also how to declare a character. So let's go back to our slide and try and explain. So we've learned how to declare it. Now we move to, so this is one way that we can do if you want to declare variables with the same data type, multiple variables with what, the same data type. There are two ways that you can do it, either to declare them on different lines or to declare them on the same line using the comma to separate them. So this is how we are going to do it. So let's go to int my score equal to 100, comma, your score equal to 50.